Hi everyone, I'm Donnie Lowy at Closeoutexplosion.com. I hope you're having an amazing day today. So today I'd like to discuss with you an interesting topic, and that is how to buy wholesale products from China without having to do any of the importing yourself. Now that sounds, I know, kind of like an oxymoron, right? Like, how can you import or how can you buy products from another country without importing yourself? I get you. I know it sounds confusing, but I'm going to explain to you exactly how to do it. So let's start with the first premise. The first premise is that you want to buy products from China. Your reason might be because of the selection that's available. Perhaps you are getting merchandise that just is not available in your market, and it might be you're getting it at a very low wholesale price, and it's a lower wholesale price than you can buy it from other wholesalers, right? There are many reasons why people want to buy wholesale products from China. The flip side is that buying wholesale products from China can be complicated. Number one, you have to know your supplier. You have to trust the supplier. You have to make sure the supplier is going to give you what it is that you're expecting at the price that you want, at the quality that you're expecting, the style that you want. Meaning, if you see a product advertised online, you want to make sure that you do get that product, and that actually when you get it, even if it looks like it's pictured, but that it is of the quality that you expect. Another challenge could be any tariffs that you might have to pay, any customs duties that you might have to pay, and of course the shipping costs. Sometimes I know the shipping is free from China, but many times, especially for bigger orders, they charge shipping. Like I see many times through AliExpress, if you order one item, the shipping is free, but as soon as you increase the quantity and they have to ship it, I guess through different means, then the shipping costs more money and it could actually be quite expensive. So now that we agree that it would be great to be able to buy products from China without having to import it yourself, so how do you do that? So I'm going to give you a few different ideas. As you can see behind me, I have boxes of fashion jewelry. They're made in China, and I didn't import them. These boxes were imported into the United States, but I didn't import them myself, so I didn't have to pay any customs duties. I didn't have to pay to actually get shipped in from China. So how did I do it? So number one, I looked for a wholesaler. I should say, for wholesalers, for importers who deal with products from China. Now, I happened to found this specific wholesaler by going around, by doing some wholesale shopping, and then I came across this wholesaler, this importer. So what you can do as well is go to the wholesale district. You could start out actually by going online, search for importers from China who are already importing. Now, you might say to yourself, yeah, Donnie, but then I'm going to have to pay a higher price. I'd rather import it myself. But here's the thing. If you find an importer who's importing a very large quantity of merchandise, someone who's bringing in containers, not just a pallet or two pallets, and not even just one container, but maybe 4 or 5 containers of merchandise at a time, they're going to be paying a very, very low shipping cost per piece. They're going to be paying a very low wholesale cost per piece of merchandise, and they're going to be able to pass on those savings to you. In addition, if you find an importer who's bringing in products from China by the container, and they're paying a very low price, as we said, per piece for the shipping, and they're paying a very low price per piece when they buy the merchandise, you can ask them if they have any closeouts that they can offer you. Perhaps they've bought, a special product that they got in at a especially low wholesale price, and now they can sell you that product at even a lower wholesale price. Another thing you can do is you can contact the different importers and find that if they have any merchandise which they're having a challenging time selling, maybe they have too much of it, maybe it's a style that's not that popular among their customers, but your customers might actually like that product, they might like that style, so that's what you want to do. You want to go ahead, contact these suppliers, and for instance, that's what I did with this. All these boxes are fashion jewelry. That's essentially what I did. Once I spoke to this wholesaler, I bought from this wholesaler, or importer, as you want to call him, I bought all his overstock. I bought his odds and ends, meaning he has, let's say, his regular clientele, and he's selling, by the dozen. But he has samples, he has certain styles that he had too much of, certain styles that his customers didn't want. Maybe his customers, let's say, are boutiques and hotels, and they're looking for a certain type of style. Or maybe their customers are looking to always change over styles very quickly. And the styles are really popular, but now the customers want the new style. So I'll go ahead and buy out the styles that he has available. I've been selling these boxes of fashion jewelry for some time now. I believe I've been selling them for at least over a year. and customers really like them. They buy them, I get reorders, so it's a good deal. Now, the challenge is that this is a closeout, so I only have what I was able to buy from him. I might not be able to get any more in the future because that is the nature of the closeout business. If I was buying from him, you know, as a regular wholesaler, as a regular retailer, merchandise on a regular basis, I would be paying his full wholesale price. When I buy his closeouts, I'm able to get the merchandise at a much lower price, below the wholesale price that he's charging his regular customers, and I'm able to charge my customers a below wholesale price as well on the jewelry. But now, to get back to the topic, so that's essentially what you want to do. You want to go ahead, you want to contact many different importers, find out what merchandise they have that is selling slowly, what merchandise that maybe they bought merchandise thinking that they were going to be able to do well with it, right? But they weren't able to sell it at all. Maybe it was merchandise that they just took a chance on. Just like myself, I'll take a chance on merchandise, and the merchandise could be really great, could be really high quality, it could be beautiful merchandise, but for one reason or another, I don't have customers for the merchandise. Maybe I got merchandise where, let's say I got a dress where the size is size 0, and my customers don't want size 0, but someone else can buy that dress from me, and they might have a customer who needs a dress in size 0. It's the same thing with all the merchandise that's out there. When you contact these importers who are bringing in merchandise from China, find out if they have any merchandise that they couldn't sell to their customers, take a look at their merchandise, and then determine if your customers will be interested in buying it. How can you determine it? Well, you can take pictures of the items. You could go ahead and you can then send those pictures to your customers by email, by WhatsApp. You can post it on your website, and if there is an interest in those products, then you could go ahead and buy those products from the importer. And now, let's say you buy a product and it doesn't turn out to be the best product. As long as you didn't invest a lot of money in it, you can always give it to your customers as a free gift, as a bonus, as an incentive for them to buy more of your regular products. But as far as, you know, buying products directly from China, there's definitely risks associated with it. Remember, unless you're traveling to China, you won't be able to see the product yourself. But on the other hand, if you are, you know, if you buy it from someone who's already imported it, you might pay a slightly higher price, but you can see exactly what you're buying. But I strongly recommend go to these importers and find their overstock, find their closeouts, find the merchandise which they have left over. Now, importers will have a lot of samples in their warehouse, especially if it's a high volume importer. Let's say they contact a lot of different factories in China, and every factory in China is sending them a few different pieces of merchandise to try out. Throughout the course of a month, throughout the course of a year, they can accumulate a lot of merchandise, and that merchandise essentially is either free or they paid a very, 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 very low price for it, and then you could buy that merchandise and then go ahead and resell it to stores, to discount stores, to boutiques, or directly to customers. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video. My website is closeoutexplosion.com. The next time you are in New York, you're welcome to visit my warehouse. Thank you and have an amazing day.